I'm going to be leaving TikTok, and this is why. Okay, so just to backtrack here, in 2024, I released a book. It's an ebook. It's called Resistance, a Strategic Guide on How to Fight Back, Defend Democracy, and Avoid a Trump Dictatorship. And in one of the chapters in the 42-page book, I basically talked about billionaire influence in American politics and how dangerous that was, especially when it came to massive tech expansion and having that unregulated. I wrote here, quote, one issue that hasn't received the attention it deserves is the growing influence of billionaires in our elections and government. Trump's running mate, soon to be Vice President J.D. Vance, owes much of his political rise to billionaire Peter Thiel, the former PayPal owner who heavily backed his career. Thiel's controversial views outlined in a 2009 essay include the belief that, quote, freedom and democracy are no longer compatible. He opposes NATO, the United Nations, and other multinational organizations, supports authoritarian governance, and decries universities for what he sees as indoctrination. This billionaire-driven influence doesn't stop with Thiel. Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy have recently been appointed to lead the new Department of Government Efficiency, tasked with dismantling parts of the federal government, slashing spending, and eliminating departments like education, etc. These appointments highlight the existential crisis we face, the alarming consolidation of wealth, ideology, and power in shaping national policy. What this demonstrates is that anyone with enough money, strong convictions, and considerable influence can steer decision making at the highest echelons of government. As one confidant aptly described it, we now have a group of techno oligarchs whispering in the president's ear, dictating the future of democracy and governance in America. So, again, I wrote that in 2024, and it seems very prescient, especially for this moment, because a lot of you this morning may have woken up to this on TikTok right as you got into the app, basically saying that we're updating our terms of services and our privacy policy. And then it basically asks you to agree, and then you can proceed with scrolling. But if you actually read into it here, it says information you provide may include sensitive personal information as defined under applicable state privacy laws, such as information from users under the relevant age threshold, information you disclose in survey responses, or in your user content about your racial or ethnic origin, national origin, religious beliefs, mental or physical health diagnosis, sexual life or sexual orientation, status as transgender or non binary, citizenship or immigration status, or financial information. And then it goes on to basically encourage you to accept it. Now, when you put all this into perspective, okay, how does this tie into techno oligarchy? How does this tie in to authoritarianism? When you put all this together, you do have to understand the behind the scenes here when it comes to the TikTok deal and TikTok officially being sold to a majority US market. The guy behind this is Larry Ellison, of course. Larry Ellison is the CEO of Oracle. He and his family are basically trying to buy Warner Bros. Right now. There is a lot going on in terms with them acquiring Paramount and looking to basically expand their influence in the United States with the support of Donald Trump, which is also a close friend of Larry Ellison. So when you get something like this on your TikTok feed before you even can engage with the app, you have to understand that if you are politically educated, it is less likely that you will fall into something like this, into basically agreeing to it and not necessarily paying any attention to it, thinking, oh, this is just a new update. No, TikTok has just been sold to a majority US market, and these are the terms and conditions you will accept, or you can just leave the app. And a lot of people are choosing effectively to leave the app because what this is going to lead to is even more censorship. There is going to be a lack of content on this platform that is about Palestine or that is about Sudan, that is about extremely existential crises that we are seeing here at home and across the world. No longer will we begin to see that because, of course, you have someone like Larry Ellison, a close friend of Trump, authoritarian right-wing billionaire, again, in this techno oligarchy society, that's just going to make things inevitably worse. The censorship is going to be heavy. I mean, that's the same reason I left Substack, for the same reason, the right-wing billionaire backing and effectively investing in that. I'm no stranger to leaving platforms with a large following just to stay because of the large following or because of profit. It's always been soul and morals over profit and following. And so this is why I'm leaving TikTok effectively within the next 48 hours. This video is going to be up for a bit. If you're interested in following me on my other platforms, staying connected with the Jeremiah Patterson Show, you can check me out on my website, of course, tjpsnews.com. You can become a free subscriber to that website. Basically, you'll get emails and everything related to information that the show releases related to independent investigative journalism. If you like to support my work financially, you can become a paid member to the Jeremiah Patterson Show on that website. There are 3 different tiers, so be sure to check those out. Also, if you would like to support me on other platforms, I'm on YouTube at the Jeremiah Patterson Show. I'm on Instagram at tjpsnews, and that's pretty much it. But please be sure to follow me on those different platforms. I'm an independent investigative journalist. I started this work at just 13 years old. I'm now 20, still going strong, doing the necessary work nearly 8 years into this. So please be sure to follow me on those different platforms. It has been a pleasure being here on TikTok with all of you. More than 63,000 followers. That is an incredible blessing, but it is time to move on. And I really do believe that we need to be talking about um, the mission to create different social channels for activists and independent journalists and grassroots communities to organize and to communicate effectively through different encrypted or even private channels, because what's happening here, just to stay alert and just to stay active here so that we know what's going on. So thank you everyone so very much for watching. Please be sure to spread this video with your family and friends, like, repost, and comment. Download this video if you have to. I'm going to be leaving the platform within 48 hours, completely deleting the account and everything. So be sure to check me out on those other platforms that I just mentioned. All right, see you guys soon.